Today's delicious recipe is messy barbecue mushroom burgers. All of this is made from scratch and I'm going to show you how to do it. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's start by getting the buns ready. So I'm starting off with this vegan egg replacer. You just follow the instructions on the side of the packet, or you can make a flax egg or a chia seed egg, but you just need some kind of egg replacement. So I'm going to get that mixed up and set it aside for a minute. Now let's add some active dry yeast to a bowl. And you want to add about 2 tablespoons of warm water and also add some sugar. I didn't show it in the video, but I did add about a teaspoon of sugar. This just activates the yeast. And you want to let that sit for about 10 minutes. And then once it has set for 10 minutes, let's add our egg replacer in. I'm adding 2 cups of unsweetened, unflavored nut milk. You could also use sweetened nut milk. It would just give it a little bit more of a sweetness to the roll. I added a little bit of water, 2 tablespoons of oil. You can use any kind of oil, coconut oil, whatever you'd like. I'm going to mix all the wet ingredients together, just kind of whisk them until they're all incorporated. And then I'm adding 2.5 cups of whole wheat flour. Now this is optional, but these are some seeds that I wanted to put inside of the buns. I like that heartier, textured bun. I like a little crunch in my bun, I guess. So if you like the whole grains in your buns, I would recommend adding this. I bought that for, I think it was probably like $3 at Walmart. Not too bad. So we want to mix it all up. And then we'll knead it, and I kneaded this for about 10 minutes by hand. You can also throw it in a bread machine, and most mixers nowadays have a function on them where you can knead it electronically if you don't have time to sit here and knead it by hand. But I personally like it. I feel like it's relaxing and it's kind of a stress reliever. You can take out all your frustration on your dough. So now just place your dough in a bowl and cover it with some plastic wrap or a towel or something to keep the air off of the surface of it. And we'll set that aside and let's start making some onion tanglers. So I just have an onion right here and I just need about 1/4 of it. And then you'll want to cut really small strings of onion, or if you have a, what do you call it? Grater? You can grate strips of it. So right here I'm just grating some strips of onion. You'll want to get as much of the moisture out of the onions as you can. So I went and I squeezed the onions over the sink to get a bunch of water out, and then I also squeezed them in this paper towel to remove any more moisture that I could. This just helps the coating to be able to stick to the onion a little bit better. So for my coating, I'm adding 1/2 cup of whole wheat flour and some Cajun seasoning. To this I'm adding some unsweetened, unflavored nut milk. And I'm going to continue adding, I'm not sure exactly how much I added, but I'm just going to continue adding the almond milk until I get the right consistency, which is, you'll see here in a second. So you can either just dip it in this mixture and throw it right onto a pan, but what I'm doing is putting another coating of, this is just flour and Cajun seasoning. So I'm putting another coating of that on. It just makes it a little bit crispier if you do it this way. think my fingers are more coated than the onions are. I baked these at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes, but I would definitely keep an eye on them as they're baking because they can go from cooked to burnt in a split second. So just keep an eye on them and check on them every couple minutes. So now my dough has risen, and I'm just sectioning it out into 6 pieces and rolling it into balls for my buns. This is a greased cookie sheet, non-stick cookie sheet that I'm putting it on. Alright, so then I'm sticking those in the oven. You can just put them in at 425 with the onions. And those rolls will take about, I would check them after like 10 or 15 minutes. When they're starting to get golden brown is when they're done. Okay, so now I'm making this sauce, and it's just barbecue sauce. Those are chopped up jalapenos, and then mustard. That's like a deli mustard. It's really good. And here is my mushroom that's been marinating. So it's just some oil, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, barbecue sauce, pepper, just whatever seasonings you want, but I wanted kind of a barbecue flavor one, and I'm so excited to be able to use the grill. It's finally nice outside, and I have been chomping at the bit to use the grill. I even put my buns on the grill to give them a little crispy texture. And here is the finished product. I forgot to show you, I also grilled some ancho peppers to give it a little bit more flavor. Worked out really nicely. I love the texture of this. It's so yummy. It's super messy, so make sure you have some paper towels. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. Sorry if I made you hungry. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye.